In Mississippi, there's a type of claim called a wrongful death action. This can arise out of any type of negligence that occurs. It can be a car wreck, it can be a bus wreck, it could be a premises liability situation. It can be an assault in a public location. Anytime that someone is killed as a result of someone else's negligence, some of the ways that we would prove this case are similar to other cases, but it's deemed a wrongful death case. And in these cases, what we generally have to do is file the proper petition in Chancery Court to have someone appointed, and the Chancery Court is our family court. So someone would be appointed to open the estate of the deceased, and then they can in turn file a negligence action on the deceased's behalf. If you have a loved one who unfortunately has been in a fatal accident that was caused by somebody else, it would be considered a wrongful death claim. So if you think there's some liability on the other side there and you want to discuss this with an attorney, you should do so. And if you want to contact us, we're happy to help. Fill out that form and tell us what happened, and we'll call you back very soon, or you can just call our office and speak with an attorney, and we'll discuss with you what needs to be done, because there are some steps. One, you have to prove the negligence. Second, there's some documentation that we will need to have. And third, you'll have to actually have someone appointed as the executor of the estate of the deceased person and have that file opened to get permission from the court to actually file that case. So we have experience in all those areas, and we can certainly help. One of the toughest things that we see in the law is a wrongful death case, because the family is mourning. The family has lost a loved one, and it impacts them greatly. And we understand that, and we try to help people through this process. The only thing you can get for your loved one's death is money, unfortunately. That's all you can hope for. You can't bring them back. So we'll fight for that. We'll fight for whatever we can. Now, if there's also, fighting this brings awareness to a bad situation that can be corrected, well, great. That would be wonderful. But we will fight for you and try to help you through this tough time. We get the question sometimes, what type of damages are we looking at collecting for our loved one? And the best thing I can do is think about a case that I was involved with, where a professional athlete to be, everyone knew this person was going to be a professional athlete, was killed as a result of somebody else's negligence. So looking at that case, it should be very valuable if we can prove that he was actually going to go to a professional sports team. And if you could prove that, then you can prove millions and millions of dollars worth of damages. But take someone else who was a blue-collar worker, we knew what their wages were, then we could look at life expectancy, try to figure out what their wages would be for that life expectancy, and get an award for that. You can also get damages for pain and suffering before the person died, if you can prove that there was actual pain and suffering. So those are the two main categories. Any medical bills related to that, anything that can be directly related to the negligence that caused that death would be compensable. So the insurance company should have to pay that. In a wrongful death case, we get the question, who can be held liable for this? And it really depends. There's such a wide variety of issues and situations that can come up where someone might have been actually fatally injured in an accident. So if it's a car wreck, then the insurance company for the at-fault driver would pay. If it were a bus, and then again, the insurance company for that bus company. So it just depends on the situation. If this has happened, you've got some questions about it, call us and we'll dig into this, and we'll try to figure out if there's insurance money there to be had, and then help you do that. Rundlet Law Firm's been handling injuries and death cases for over 20 years, and we've got the experience and the team in place to properly handle these claims. Client communication is the most important aspect that needs to be had between an attorney and a client. Really in life, communication. Within our team, we always emphasize we've got to over-communicate to each other what's going on, and we do. And we also try to make that spill over to communications with our clients. We strive to always get back with people. We say 12 hours. Within 12 hours is our absolute goal. And we hope, and most of the time it's quicker than that. But there's got to be a response. If somebody has a question or concern, there's no question or concern that we would ever say, we're just going to ignore you, or we're not going to worry about that. We will always respond. If someone's hurt in the state of Mississippi, or if they have a legal issue that we might be able to help them with, it's always probably nerve-wracking for them to call the attorney the first time. We get that. So what we have is just a free strategy session where we can hear your story and what happened in your situation so that we can provide you with some guidance. Whether we take your case or we don't, we'll provide you with guidance. So it's really a low stress call. First you'll call in and you'll speak to our receptionist, and she will listen to a little bit about what's going on, and then after that she'll transfer you to the appropriate attorney to really get into the nuts and bolts of what's going on so we can help you best.